The view of the world below, from the top of a mountain on a sunny day, is very clear. We can easily identify the surrounding mountains, the valleys and rivers, the towns, farms, and forests. The historian who writes of the distant past can view that world from the mountain, although no two historians would agree completely on what they see. But there are no mountain peaks from which historians of the modern era can look over the past. Indeed, they often feel like a man lost deep in the forest. He can see the trees, but not even the forest as a whole. Yet somehow, historians or political scientists studying our own age must try to identify the landmarks that lead to the present. They must select from the countless events of recent history those which seem the most important, and which provide some clue to the mysteries of modern history. For only some understanding of the past enables us to know where we are and provides some paths through the forests in the future. In his search for more comfortable living, modern man sometimes makes for his fellow men, and even for himself, an environment which turns out to be potentially harmful to health. Many people seem to have built their lives around the notion that they are in some way indispensable to children. And to question this is to attack the very center of their being. Television is helping to change the world. In the United States, for example, commercial television invites everyone to participate fully in the benefits of an industrial and democratic culture by buying toothpastes and detergents and automobiles, by taking an interest in national and international affairs, by sharing the emotions and dreams and aspirations and values that are depicted in the entertainment. What television communicates to whites, it also communicates, perhaps unintentionally, to black people. There is nothing to be surprised at, therefore, in the increased urgency of black people's demands, not only for better job opportunities, but for full rights as consumers to eat, drink, wear, and enjoy. A revolution in the patterns and techniques of communication always has more consequences than are dreamed of at the time the innovations are introduced. The increased density of the communication network in the nation and in the world, resulting from technological advances, means an increased tempo of social change. I heartily wish that in my youth I had had someone of good sense to direct my reading. I sigh when I reflect on the amount of time I had wasted on books that were of no great profit to me. What little guidance I had I owe to a young man who came to live with my family in Heidelberg. Change in the whole social system is inevitable, not merely because conditions change, but because people themselves change. We change as the years go on. New feelings arise in us, old values depreciate, new values arise. Things we thought we wanted most intensely, we realize we don't care about. The things we built our lives on crumble and disappear, and the process is painful. There is a great deal of concern today with the problem of values. Youth in almost every country is deeply uncertain of what values to believe. The values associated with various religions have lost much of their influence. Educated individuals in every culture seem unsure and troubled as to the goals they hold in esteem. The reasons are not far to seek. The world culture, in all its aspects, seems increasingly scientific and specialized, and the rigid, absolute views on values which come to us from the past appear out of date. Even more important is the fact that the modern individual is met from every angle by different and opposing value claims. It is no longer possible to settle comfortably into the value system of one's ancestors or one's community and live out one's life without ever examining the nature and the accepted truths of that system. Science is based on careful observation and experiment, by which scientists can construct theories that connect different experiences. They seek regularities in the workings of nature, which hopefully reveal the fundamental laws that govern the behavior of matter and forces. Central to this approach is the willingness of the scientist to abandon a theory if evidence is produced against it. Strange to say, technology, although of course the product of man, tends to develop by its own laws and principles, and these are very different from those of all natural things. Nature always, so to speak, knows where and when to stop. Greater than the mystery of natural growth is the mystery of the natural stopping of growth.